What's up guys, it's me, Lego Paradise here, and today I'm going to show you how to build this working Lego sink. So just like on a real life sink, you can dispense some water out of it by turning the handle on the top. So let's turn that, and you'll see some water is dispensed into the bowl of the sink. And of course you can keep going and gradually fill up the basin of the sink with even more Lego water. This is a really cool and realistic way of dispensing water, how you actually have to twist the tap for the water to come out. And on top of that, this is also a really compact design, considering all of the functionality built into the sink, and it fits perfectly in any of your minifigure scale bathrooms and kitchens. Plus, it's also a nice and simple build. So let's get started and take a look at how to build it. Here are all the pieces you'll need to build your working Lego sink. And in case you can't tell what this piece is a Lego 1x1 round tile launcher that you often get to launch these types of tiles. And I'll leave a link in the description to where you can find that in case you don't already have one. So once you've collected all of your pieces, we'll start by building the mechanism which will actually make use of that tile launcher. So just combine that with a 1x4 Technic axle with this stopper on the end and slide that all the way through with the axle pointing out of the end of this launcher. Then hold this axle firmly and slide this Technic piece over the top of that all the way to the end and make sure that can slide nice and smoothly. Then we're going to want to attach another piece, which is this 1x5 plate with the axle hole in the middle, and that can just be clipped over the top of the axle that's connected to the launcher. So slide that down until there's no gap in between them, and from here we can attach this piece, which is a Lego string piece with the two studs attached on either side, and obviously that's in white to match the colour of the sink. So one end will be clipped onto this Technic piece. So clip that all the way in so that the stud is facing inwards, and the other end can go on one of these modified 1x1 round tiles with the bar sticking out, and that will act as the tap for the sink, which you can turn to dispense your water. So the way this is attached, just clip that down upside down, just like that. And from here you can see how the sink will actually work. So let me talk you through how this actually functions. Basically, when you turn the tap at the front of the sink, you'll see that the string gets shorter and tighter, and that in turn pulls this 1x4 axle further and further through this launcher. And you'll see that as that axle moves forwards, that basically pushes out these 1x1 round tiles, and that creates the really cool and very realistic water dispensing effect. So that's a very cool and very simple design, which I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I think it's a very imaginative solution. Now let's build the last part of our sink, which is the basin for the water to be dispensed into. This will use a 1x2 panel and two of these curved plate pieces. So this will be the front of the sink to create a nice modern design, and then fill in the sides with 4 1x2 bricks, just regular ones, and that'll create a nice sturdy ceramic type of shape for the basin. Then in the middle, in the gap, place a 1x2 panel plate with this slot on end, and make sure that's facing upwards, so that creates a nice little back to the sink. And finally for this section, just add 2 1x1 plates over to the top half of each of these 1x2 bricks. And there you go, that's that part of the basin complete. Now let's build a little stand for this basin to stand on. And this is also what you can use to clip your sink to your Lego floors inside your Lego houses or wherever you build this. So clip two 2x2 corner plates to one of these inverted bracket pieces. Attach a 1x2 brick over there and a 1x2 slope over on top of that. And that quite simply fits inside this 1x4 gap that we've left over here. And you can see that creates a nice little stand for the basin to stand on. So now let's join all of our pieces together, and this is the point where you'll build all of this into your Lego house or building that you want to include your working sink in. But for this example, I'm just going to build it into a small wall like you saw at the start. So first, let's begin by actually loading up our sink with some water, since unfortunately we're not connected to a Lego main water supply, so we'll just have to load it manually with 3 of these 1x1 round tiles. So load them all up, and then just tighten it a little bit with the sink. And you're ready to begin dispensing. So of course we're not going to want all of this visible inside our Lego house or building. So what we can do is we can actually hide half of this tap structure inside the wall. So for this wall, I'm just using some headlight bricks with some plates and a tile on each side, and that covers up pretty much all of the gap that is created by this launcher piece. So you can see that fits in very neatly, just like that. There's not really much space on either side of that. And to attach this, what we're going to want to do is make sure this string is actually below this plate here. So what I mean by that is make sure that that just slides in and that is kept at a slightly lower level to the plate. And what we can do with all of this structure is just basically build it up with some more plates and bricks. And you'll notice I'm using a 2x4 brick here, just so that secures this 1x2 section a little bit more stronger. So clip that all together, and you might want to place this down on a flat surface, so that's nice and sturdy. And there you go, that's clipped down nice and securely. And see, you've still got the space for this tap to turn and operate this axle at the back. So that's very important. And all that's left to do now is to attach the basin, and that can be attached with a half stud offset just over here. So just clip that down, and you'll see that is what the sink looks like all together with all of the components in place. So last thing left to do is to test it out, and like you saw at the start, you can simply turn this handle and that will dispense water into the basin of the sink. So that's a very cool design, and if you enjoyed it, then don't forget to give this video a like, let me know what you think of it in the comments, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for even more awesome Lego creations. I've got a whole playlist full of working minifigure scale machines and creations, just like this working Lego sink. So check that out, that will be linked in the description as well. And you can also join me on Patreon for even more exclusive Lego how to build tutorials, tips and tricks, and behind the scenes content, a whole lot of exciting stuff. And I'd like to give a big thank you to all of my supporters on Patreon for helping to make my videos possible. The link for that is also in the description, and I'd really appreciate your support on Patreon. I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.